It's widely accepted that the private sector is the engine room of the economy, and that's the motive behind this policy dialogue, which brings captains of industry to interact with the nation's policymakers and, more importantly, the Vice President, Professor Osinbajo. Attention is focused on the economic recession, the ease of doing business, and the policy somersault.
The short-term outlook of the key economic indicators is not very bright. As we all know, the major trigger of the economic downturn was the collapse of oil price. This time calls for adjustment.
Today's policy dialogue session comes at a time our nation is going through economic contractions with very palpable consequences.
With these concerns raised, Vice President's reaction is next, and he begins by providing the backgrounds to the current state of the economy.
The immediate problem we encountered was a sharp decline in oil prices and production, and the lack of savings to cushion the impact.
While appealing to the industrialists on the scarcity of foreign exchange, he says his immediate task is to achieve an inclusive economy through frequent engagement with the private sector.
While the President has approved the establishment of the Presidential Council on the Ease of Doing Business, and that Presidential Council has already started to meet, we intend in the next couple of weeks to release a broad set of guidelines on what steps will be taken and what steps will be and how quickly those steps will be implemented.
His speech is followed by more concerns raised from business leaders.
There are factories whose raw materials are among the 41 items who are in the process of closing down. I want to announce here that at least 50 of our members have closed shop.
At the moment, what we're looking at is how some of these policies can actually transfer to the fiscal side as opposed to the way in which the monetary authorities have tended to handle it.
On South Africa's gross domestic product overtaking Nigeria's GDP, the Vice President appears less bothered.
For me, I think my concern, and I believe the concern of government, is to ensure that we have an economy that is strong, vibrant, and able to provide jobs and opportunities for the people.
Government structural reforms and fiscal policies often change, but the economy remains tied to the feedback effects of other global headwinds. As the real economy continues to bear the brunt of these effects, the business leaders can only wait and see when the tide will turn. Temple Ashaju, Channels Television News.